Jake, you're one of a kind, and for that we are grateful. You'll say the same thing about me if given the chance. Let's talk a little bit about the so-called small schools that I think have some big medicine to teach us. Now, Port Isabel did fine again, although Hidalgo 10-7 behind at the half is not a bad effort. That was that weird game with all the fumbles. Hey, Hidalgo had a couple of long plays. Eliud Castillo and Eladio Bermudez, and I did that right, and praise the Lord, because I won't do it again. Those kids had big games for the Pirates. They were right there, but then J.J. Gonzalez, man, again, talk about Trevino, the kid, Maron. This guy's one of the best, and he has been for 2.5 years. J.J., he's good.
Yeah, and something Coach Stumbaugh has put together over there is that he always has a great, series of backs. He's got a couple backs that you can plug in at any time, and they're going to be able to get you those 3 to 5 to sometimes 20 yards.
Yeah, J.J.'s fast. And De Los Santos broke a 76-yarder. My goodness. And that Mock kid, I keep wanting to say Chance Mock. Yeah. Remember the UT quarterback? This Trey Mock. He's played well. Yeah. Pedro Gonzalez had a fumble recovery in the end zone. He was one of those defensive guys. So Port Isabel's in good shape. They got Valley View coming up. Valley View's 0-3. That could be tough.
Yeah, PI is...
Are we eating crow again on this? Yeah, 17, they said. Are you nuts?
Yeah.
Hey, by the way, did you see what happened? Lavernia lost. For the future in the crystal ball, LaGrange whooped them 33-23, or 33-22. So if you're looking down the road, keep that in mind. Lavernia, I still hate them guys.
Yeah, but PI... look, I mean, we were wrong at the beginning of the year. They're a lot better than what we thought, because we thought they were going to have to reload, and they really haven't.
Now, strength of schedule, if you look at the first 5 games, it's not going to be incredible. But getting past Gruya was good. Getting past Hidalgo was fine. We'll see what happens once they hit district. We were touting Rio Hondo on here, and they still may be 9-1. But they ran into Sinton and lost 35-7. That was a little disappointing, I think.
Yeah, but it's an eye awakener for it, because they're going to have to fix this real quick, because their season doesn't get any easier.
No, it doesn't. But to tell you the truth, man, Sinton, like we said last week, they've always given the Valley teams fits, and so you just got to shrug that off and move on. All right, now, so Raymondville 21, Lyford 12. We talked a little bit about Trevino and Miguel Tristan and the defense. Lyford, too many turnovers. They had 3 interceptions, and that's just not enough consistency on offense. So they can move the ball, but they got to keep the ball.
Yeah, and they've got a new running back in Jaden Taylor. He got okayed to play last week.
64 yards and a touchdown.
Yeah, so okay. I mean, they're going to have to find a way to play together, because
they'll learn them.
They didn't.
They'll learn them. They'll learn each other.
Yeah. And
they don't need much.
Now, they do have a tough game this week, because they're playing Mathis.
Yeah, Mathis is 2-1. Okay, they beat Poteet 66-6, and that's pretty depressing, right? Now, the only loss is to Refugio, who's beating everybody in town. So Mathis is a traditional playoff team. In fact, Lyford's played them in the playoffs before. So, Lyford 0-3, they got to get a win. It's going to be tough against Mathis. So we'll see.
And this gives them a week to, they're going to have a full week of practice with Jaden, where they can actually get him in there. They've got a great spread offense over there. If they can, get him into open space.
Taylor in the slot and a quick screen, and there he goes. Now, here's the thing, man. That guy's got to get into football shape.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying he's not, but you can't just walk in off the street and play a ball game. He's going to be much better this week.
Yeah.
I predict.
And he's coming from Tennessee, and Tennessee didn't have...
With a banjo on his knee.
Exactly. And they don't have the same... caliber of football players that we do, that we have here. So he's going to have to get into this our speed.
I would have liked to see Jaden Taylor explode on Mathis and put about 250 up and get those Bulldogs a win, because they sure need it. All right, St. Joe over La Villa. La Villa, they're playing teams in the higher classes. It was only 34-28, but still, they're not clicking on all cylinders. Now they got their Sugar Bowl against Santa Rosa.
Yeah, and this is the game that actually matters to that town.
No, are you kidding? Yeah,
they can't lose this game. And Santa Rosa's not like they're burning up.
But they got on the board. They beat Progresso. All right, that ain't bad. 22-6. So neither team has set the world on fire, as you say. This is a springboard game. The team that whoops the other team will look toward district with a lot more momentum and, of course, bragging rights. All right. St. Joe at Oratory. I'm telling you, it's the Ocelots. It's the Ocelots, right? They got to win. They beat LaSada 41-12. Can they hang with St. Joe? This guy, man. If they do, then we're going out. If they beat them, we're going out to Oratory. Yeah. That's it. That's a bet right there.
We'll wear their shirts on here if they watch us.
If they have an Ocelot head, I'll wear an Ocelot head. That's good.
But St. Joe's something special right now.
Yeah, man.
They've got a great quarterback. Freshman.
Yeah, they got a lot of good defensive kids, man. They're not bad. Now, I've been checking out their district, the St. Anthony's, the St. this and that, Central Catholic, Holy Cross. It's a pretty tough group, so they better get ready to play because last year they didn't fare that well in district. But I have a feeling this year they're going to make some noise. That's my prediction. I'm on the St. Joe bandwagon. I readily admit it. It's depressing. All right, so La Salle plays Agua Dulce. All right, they got to get back on the board. Agua Dulce beat Monte Alto. I'm surprised that them Devils are off to an 0-3 start, man. They seem like they're going to be pretty competitive this year.
Yeah, well, I did hear at the beginning of the year that they had very low numbers.
Is that right?
Not what they were expecting. And so they're, look, when you have a small team, you have to play both ways. And when you don't have a lot of players, it kind of hurts.
Well, hey, let's not count those guys out because I know they're happy to have a team and a program, so they got to get on the board this week. Like I said, they're off to a slow start. Now, Progresso, we talked about, they lost to Santa Rosa. Now they got to go to Hebronville, and the Longhorns have a good team this year.
Yeah.
Like Mathis, they lost to Refugio, but then they beat San Diego by 4, and that's a team that a lot of the 3As pay attention to, or 3As and 2As, that's in their district. And then they beat Falfurrias, I think it was 45-38 or some such. So, hey, man, Hebronville's going to be good. Progresso's got to have a better effort.
Yeah. Progresso needs to find what they had against Porter because they were able to play defense.
Yeah, they did well.
Or 5-18.
Yeah.
So they were able to hold a 5-18 to 0. So I mean they can play defense. They always have had athletes in Progresso.
True.
So this is one of those things where their athletes need to show up and actually start hitting.
Ontiveros needs a big game for the Red Ants. Okay, finally, Santa Maria, that long-awaited game against Santa Gertrudis that we said was going to be 19 years ago. They didn't do so well. Yeah. They got beat pretty good. Now they play Benavides. Now they did. They got the 2. They didn't have a 0. Now they have Benavides, and Benavides is takeable. Ben Bolt beat them 51-6. So let's see Santa Maria Cougars get back on track. Anytime we play a non-Valley team, forget it, man. I'm rooting for our guys unabashedly. Mm-hmm. What else is there?
Well,
a defenseless player. What is that?
Defensive player.
Yeah.
I know nothing about that.
A defenseless player. I saw a penalty for striking a defenseless player. I would say if the player is defenseless, he should probably be on the JV.
Yeah.
I know what they mean, but it was on a punt cover, and the kid made the hit of his life, and everybody went ooh, and we were all excited, and he got a penalty. I thought to myself, well, that's just playing football. Mm-hmm. Anyway, that's my.
I mean, that's when you grab the switch and go after the ref. So
this guy, you had to do that. You had to do that. That's horrible.
Yeah, let them play. But
let them all play, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, so my point is this: how are you supposed to hit if not with the crown of your helmet? If you start turning your head, that's when kids are going to get hurt.
Yeah.
Why do you think kids are having all these cramps? Because they didn't have enough work in two-a-days. We're changing all the rules, and we're hurting the game. We don't even understand it. We're doing it for a reason, 1, 2, and 3, but it's coming back to accomplish the exact same things that we want to eradicate. Silly, silly stuff by the UIL, in my opinion. Now, if they need to work harder in two-a-days, they'll be in better shape. They won't get no cramps.
Yeah. Especially down here. Look, you're going to get cramps anyways.
It's an advantage.
Yeah.
If you work hard in the Valley Sun in August, then you will be stronger than the other teams in September. That's just, this is common sense. The coaches all know that, and they're looking at these rules like, again, man, come on.
Yeah, and look, we know why the game gets mummified.
We're so scared someone's going to get hurt. Well, they get hurt sometimes based on the silly rules that we're making, would be my opinion. I'm not for anybody going down and cheap shotting somebody, but if you don't keep your head on a swivel on the cover team or on the return team, that's your fault, dude. That's the first thing they tell you is don't not look around.
Yeah.
Shoot, but if the whistle hadn't blown, you can get popped. And this kid killed this guy in a run back and got a penalty. I wanted to go over and hug him. I thought, God dang it, man, that's what we want you to do. It's in your dreams, and all of a sudden the flag goes up. Anyway, once a year I have to put in a referee's rant, and I want to add this caveat. The refs are great. They do a wonderful job. They're just doing what the big body of bureaucrats told them to do.
Yeah. So
what else?
It's a
sorry.
No, that's it this week.
Yeah, I feel all bad.
That's okay.
But I believe it.
No, but this is our bye week. We're allowed to talk like this.
Oh, okay, good.
So we got next week to get ready.
Kind of an off-color, impromptu situation.
Yeah.
All right, so the show continues, the videos, the kids. We're thinking of getting the Tilted Kilt group out there at the ball games to pass out some flyers and maybe go through a pom-pom routine or two. Who knows? There are new things that are going to be sprung on you guys every week, so keep on watching, tell your friends about it, and get on those forums because some of those cats are great, man. I like them. I'm starting to kind of see who's saying what to whom, and they're funny because they mess with each other all the time. They'll get all mad, and then they'll be friends. It's like, oh, this is great. And, why not?
Yeah, and get on there. Also, if you don't know anything about what we've been talking about, the Border Ball book is available at Barnes & Noble,
Absolutely.
Amazon, on the internet. written by Greg Silver.
I got to pay my mortgage, so help me out here, all right? So, anything else? Our sponsors are great. We love McDonald's.
McDonald's, the Payne Auto Group. We'd like to thank you guys. And we got some interesting things coming up in the future, so some good things coming.
Well, I'm Greg Silver. That's Jake Berry. This is the show. Go to the ball games and have a good time. We'll see you next week.